Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yo. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 601, primarily in a row. My name's Rob Hoback. Happy that you're here. Honored and humbled that you keep coming back like for reals. Hey, it's Tuesday. That means it's a terrific Tuesday. That's our reminder that if we think we're going to have a good day, we probably are. If we think we're going to have a bad day, guess what happens? I think I'm going to have a good day today. Hope you do too. It's 6/9/20. It's a work day. I've got work to do. I'm sure you do too. So let's do that. First things first, still the reels. I'm also thankful. Yeah. What am I thankful for? We'll get to that in the thankies at the end of the message, but I got a lot to be thankful for, right? Home safe, got to see my kids, all those things. But first, let's do a real talk. So, real talk, subject of the day is keep it real starts with ourselves, right? Yeah, so just a couple of things here. There's this song by Casey Musgraves. It's called Blowin' Smoke, right? And she's talking about these servers, waitresses, sitting around smoking cigarettes, blowing smoke, saying all these things that they're going to do. Like the one lady says, hey, I'm going to lose that weight, or I'm going to stop smoking after I lose the baby weight. And by the way, the baby's graduating from college this weekend. And, just I think about, in the last week, I've had so many conversations with people where they're like, Rob, as soon as this gets done, then that's going to happen. And I'm like, oh my God, I do the same thing, right? And so, for example, right, like the chances of me becoming all of a sudden this super skinny, ripped, I mean, it's possible, it is, but I would want to have that and I'd want to be completely dedicated to it. None of these things that I'm like, if I were to say, hey, I'm going to be ripped and shredded and, 210 pounds, and sounds good, but am I keeping it real? Am I willing to do what it's going to take to? No, I'm not, right? So if I'm saying that, I'm not keeping it real with myself. Am I? Yeah. What's my point is that usually the biggest lies we tell are to ourselves. It's not my fault that my kids misbehave. It's not my fault that I don't have any money. It's not my fault that I'm in this situation. It's everybody else's fault. Trust me, I've been there, right? It's easy to shift the blame always to somebody else. You can usually make a pretty good case for it. And if you've got good manipulation skills, you can totally convince whoever you're talking to that it's somebody else's fault, unless they realize, like, oh, we're all in the situation that we're in because of our decisions or our lack of decision. So yeah, we can lie to our dumb friends, we can lie to ourselves, but if we really want to have a great life, we got to keep it real, and that starts with ourselves. All right, here we go. On to my thank yous. Number one, God is good. God's been good to us in the good times, the bad. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for getting me home safely yesterday. Thank you for PTI that went back into school yesterday. I got to tell you guys a funny story about Jack. So got a text from his mom that the drop off didn't go well, right? Like he was really clingy and didn't want to go, blah blah. Kind of expected, right? And so, for the first 6 months, we would take Jack inside and then they would bring it, or we would go in and get him. And so I was like, all right, let's just let them bring him in. And they brought him out. He was so cute. Kid believes that he was, he's part dog, right? So he's got his lunch or his backpack in his mouth, like he's just funny. And he gets in the car. I'm like, how was your first day of school? He's like, Dave, I'm mean to the teachers. I'm like, really? Why were you mean to teachers? They robots. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what did they do when you were mean to them? He's like, they tell me I cute. I'm like, jeez, this guy. It's just an awesome exchange. So happy to be back. Happy that they're back. Happy that I'm on daddy duty for a couple days. Happy to be back in my house, right? My flowers were really pissed at me because I left. But man, I didn't think I watered my flowers before I left on Friday. I was certain by the time I got back yesterday, everything was going to be fine. Not so much, but just happy to be home. Happy to be back on this grind. I'm happy. I'm thankful for daily discipline that keeps me grounded. And I'm thankful for the opportunities. We talked briefly about this last week of how just all of a sudden we went from nothing to bam, bam, bam. And then something else popped yesterday. So we're off and running. All of that hard work appears that it has gotten us to the next level. Now I was having this conversation with myself yesterday. This is where the separation occurs, right? That I have to make sure that I remain disciplined in pursuing the opportunities that are in front of me and not let any of those fall off, but continuing to add more. It's like throwing coal in the fire. So with that, we're done for the day. Hands up. Peace out. We're better together. Appreciate you stopping by on a terrific Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow on a hump day. Hump day. Can't wait to see you on Barb. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Hashtag real talk. Deuces. Love you. See ya.